your campaign was intimidating in any way?
Well, the returning officer doesn't accept it. It's not a question of whether I accept it.
Guys,
The returning
we've won.
officer
Let's show some
doesn't
class,
accept it.
please.
I mean, it's certainly intimidating. We're surrounded by your supporters now. We're all
Well,
chanting
you've
and
come to
cheering.
my
So it is-
party. You've come to my victory party with your cameras. What do you mean you're intimidated by my supporters? It's you that shouldn't be. Come on.
Come on.
Leave. You're free to leave.
Intimidation. Come on. Come on. Come
The
on.
only reason
fair,
that
be
you
fair.
won this election was because Labour didn't stand. What's your response to that?
I mean, he would say that, wouldn't he? Just like Rishi Sunak would say. I got 10,000 votes more than his candidate got. So he's got to say something.
But you know in future that Labour will put up more of a campaign. Are
So you keep telling me.
Labour's done.
So you keep telling me. Are you a Labour press officer?
I think he is.
Labour's dead already.
Look, I will fight whoever they put up against me and beat them.
But you accept this was an unusual by-election? In the sense that the main
When
parties
you asked
didn't
me
really
that
campaign.
very question just a few hours ago, in the early hours of this
Their
morning,
campaign.
I gave you my answer. I don't have a different answer now.
George Galloway, thank you.
Thank you.
George, sorry, I've never done it for radio, but I want to do it camera as well, please. We're doing everything.
I'm not sure of the wisdom of all of this.
Okay, if you just look at me, you're here to celebrate your victory
Yeah.
tonight with your
Yeah, and you
supporters.
hate crashed it.
Well,
Welcome.
we were
Welcome.
welcome here. Are we
Yeah, but
welcome
you're
here?
unwelcome to come and try and invalidate the election. The election's over and I won it. You're going to have to get used to
I
that.
assure you that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to find out what your mandate is. You know, you've talked about the thumping majority, but there was such a low turnout.
There wasn't such a... Why do you say that?
But there
It's
was a
exactly the same turnout as in the last
39.7.
by-election. It was higher than most by-elections. Your premise is false.
Can you confidently say that you represent all of the people?
Of course I don't. I represent the people who voted for me, and I'll try to do my best for all the others.
Your main message was to try and achieve a ceasefire in Gaza. What will you
It wasn't
do?
my main message. That's another false premise.
All of your
It's
literature.
not all of my literature. If you've looked at all of my literature, you know that that premise is false.
It was a very strong part of your campaign.
A strong part of my campaign. Genocide usually is something that occupies people's interest. It ought to, at least.
Have you made promises to Rochdale that you can't keep?
I'm really not sure what I'm doing here. This is my victory party. What do you mean, promises I can't keep? Why don't you judge whether I kept them at the end of my term?
This isn't really a huge victory for you if you consider that Labour really worked hard.
Come on. Come on. Labour was on the ballot paper.
Are you
Come on.
What
planet are you on?
Are you here as a Labour press officer?
I think she is.
Why are you shilling for them?
But
then?
it's not the same.
You're shilling
it is
for
not
Keir
the
Starmer.
same kind of election.
Is this the BBC? Am I paying for this?
The people made the choice.
Paying a license fee
People
for this?
made the choice.
Just give me your time, okay, please. So whenever we talk about this election, Labour weren't there. You
They
talked
weren't
about the
there.
Conservatives not
What's your
doing
point?
very
What's
well.
your point?
This isn't a normal
It's not my
by-election.
fault that Labour wasn't there. You may think it was not a normal by-election, but I won it. And I'm going to Parliament on
Fair
Monday.
and square.
And you're
Thank
gonna
God.
have to
Fair
get
and
used to
square.
it.
Big majority.
You're going to have to get used to it.
Do you expect that when the general election comes round that you will once again win this seat?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
George Galloway.
All the way.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll give you that.